Woolwich Arsenal started with munitions workers who created a football team in the 1890s. It might have been 1880s actually.
Well, this is the carpet. This is where everything happened.
We get a lot of our opposing fans hating the fact that we sing North London Forever, because it's like, well, you weren't back in the day, but it's like, realistically, come on then. It's been, what, 100 years? So let's not drag it. And there's a chant that they used to sing. I'm not going to sing it, but you'll know it. A few people in the comments will. You'll know about eyes right, skin back tight. That's a proper, like, Highbury era chant. And at the end of the chant, we still sing it to this day, even though my generation's fully in the Emirates. We're the riders of the clock end Highbury. Different to what it would have been. It's all flats now.
Yeah, we're in between the east and the north stand.
So the clock that was there, with a huge clock, and it's now on the outside of the Emirates Stadium. So if you've ever walked round, you'll see the clock. And that is actually the original clock. Tottenham is Hertfordshire forever. So let's actually not drag it through the mud. Like, you scummers, you're from Hertfordshire. It's not even North London originally.
I'm being real, I can't stand you guys, but I loved it because of the old school essence of old school stadiums, because I love authentic old school stadiums, not like these new toilet bowl looking stadiums what they're building now, just big and bulky around.
Tottenham really appealed against this being built here, because they were saying it was encroaching on their territory. And it was the same as Leyton Orient, who I think at that time were called Clapton Orient.
Yeah, okay.
And they both were like, nah, we don't want them here because this is our territory. And so really that's where the fierce rivalry started.
Came
in 1913, that was.
Welcome to another episode of Tea&Crumpets. This is something different. This is something authentic. We're at the original site with my mate, Sh0tbyak, you know, Tea&Crumpets family. Come to see your home.
Yeah, outside. We're at the Arsenal today.
Yeah.
Had to be done. It's not my personal home, but it's my family's home on my dad's side. They come to the Highbury all the time. For me, it's a sentimental feeling. And we're just outside, we're gonna go and explore. It's now flats, I think.
Yeah, it's now flats, man. We're gonna go explore. We might even buy a flat.
Yeah, might even buy a flat.
You never know.
You can only dream, can't you?
There you go. So this was like the main entrance of everything. And the way it is right now, it's basically Inquiry Centre. I think it's for this building and, you know, for the Highbury Square.
Buying and selling flats as well.
Yeah, and the flats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everything what you see is what they kept from how it originally looked. And as you see right over here, it says Highbury Stadium Square. You know, it's got the original logo. Up here, it's got the Arsenal, with the Inquiry side. Everything was kept originally. Everything. You know what I mean? Right there, like you can see like the numbers and whatnot. Everything's kept the same as how it did before.
Surreal being in there, actually.
Yeah.
It is surreal.
And this is where your dad used to come and your granddad.
Yeah, they would have gone in through the North Bank though.
Yeah, the North Bank.
I don't know, because my granddad, he was Greek Cypriot, and I think all the Greeks used to sort of sit with each other at the Arsenal.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they sat, but I know my dad was always in the North Bank.
There you go. But we're here. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go check out the flats. Let's go.
I remember seeing a video actually with a group of lads called The Herd, who are like the Arsenal, I suppose I was just going to say how it was. Back in the day, they were the firm. So names like Didnt and O'Connell, I'm sure you'll know. He was my dad's already spoken about it on the channel, but he was sort of one of the top boys of The Herd, which was the Arsenal firm. And I actually saw a video that they did with a lot of the old boys who came down here. They put sort of a flag up with a lot of fallen members, you know, as people get older, you know, people die. And they did like a sort of march from here up to the Emirates. And there's a chant that they used to sing. I'm not going to sing it, but you'll know it. A few people in the comments will. You'll know about eyes right, skin back tight. That's a proper, like, Highbury era chant. And at the end of the chant, we still sing it to this day, even though my generation's fully in the Emirates. We're the riders of the clock end Highbury. So, you know, these days.
So you're riding the clock in, bro? No, wife.
We're the riders of the clock end, mate. Riders of the night, we'd rather fucking fight. That's the lyrics.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, but they would have, a lot of The Herd, they would have been in the clock end back in the day. Yeah. And go and check out the Hoxton video that we did if you want stories from the actual person, because like I said, I've got the knowledge about this stuff, and you hear stuff through your dad and your dad's friends and your friends' dads. A lot of the boys that I go to the Arsenal with, their dads were in the herd as well. Oh, here we are inside Old Highbury.
Your manor, innit?
My manor, even though I never experienced it here, my old man definitely did.
Well, I experienced it a couple of times, and I'm not even an Arsenal supporter.
I know, but you got them years on me, bro.
Oh,
That's the thing.
Sorry, little brother.
Yeah, you got them years on me, but yeah, we're here in Highbury. It's a little bit different to what it would have been. It's all flats now. Arsenal was actually started as our fans, well, our opponent fans, love to say, in Woolwich. It was south of the river.
Woolwich Arsenal.
Woolwich Arsenal. It started with munitions workers who created a football team in the 1890s. It might have been 1880s actually. But then in 1913, they moved up to Highbury. And that is when, because they were in the Manor Ground before, and in 1913 they come here.
But you're forgetting one little point as well. You know, from my little history, from what I had done, I'm not even an Arsenal supporter, they was going to merge with Fulham.
Yeah.
But some disagreements happened. And then, what's it called? The chairman of that time ended up finding a plot of land, which we're standing on.
Yeah.
And he created the Highbury Stadium was built by, is it Archibald Leach?
I think so.
I think Archibald Leach, you lot should know in the comment section, you know, his name's all over, you know, English football, you know, even Scottish football as well. So they was going to merge with them lot up in, you know, the west side. You get what I'm saying? But that's going to be weird. What, red and black and white?
Yeah. What would that even be?
Fulham Arsenal?
Nah, don't sound right, yeah.
Arsenal were born in Woolwich in 1886. Chairman Sir Henry Norris, he believed the club's future lay north. In the winter of 1913, they announced they were leaving. By spring, construction had begun. On the 6th of September 1913, Arsenal played their first match at Highbury. 12 miles from where they started, right into Tottenham's backyard.
So, obviously it moved here in 1913, and we get a lot of our opposing fans hating the fact that we sing North London Forever, because it's like, well, you weren't back in the day. But it's like, realistically, come on then. It's been, 100 years? So let's not drag it. You know, Tottenham is Hertfordshire forever. So let's actually not drag it through the mud. Like, you scummers, yeah, you're from Hertfordshire. It's not even North London originally. But yeah, that's a little bit of the brief history. And Arsenal was one of the first ever major league clubs from the south. So most of the other teams, they were from the north. Yeah. Like your Leeds, like fucking Liverpool, all of them, they were from the north. Yeah. And so Arsenal was one of the first major ones from the south. And that's where Arsenal is one of the only clubs that hasn't dropped a division since the old first division. They've never been relegated. They always stayed up, right? Yeah, they've never been relegated. I think it's us, and I'm pretty sure Everton were within that. At least they were for a long time. Yeah, Everton. Well, I know you're going to love that one. But Arsenal never been relegated. Unlike that's our rivals, big achievement. Almost. Almost. That's a big achievement. It is. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Why we moved from South London, right? And why here. So you got to run out of Woolwich, innit? I don't know if that's necessarily true. There weren't any good transport links. Yeah. And so there's a station literally, it's like just around the corner. Arsenal Stadium. That was called Gillespie Road for a very long time. Yeah. And that being so close was like a massive reason as to why we moved here, because Woolwich was isolated transport-wise, and in the 1900s, a lot of the crowds, like the numbers were just falling because it was isolated. You know, it was probably just a few people from around there who were supporting it. So they come up here. It was Henry Norris. Henry Norris was the name of the guy who was the owner. He was also Fulham's owner, like you said. That's it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So he come up here. And this is actually built on the site of a college's playing field. Oh. So it wasn't like an empty site. There was a college's playing field here before. And they put this up. They built it in a matter of months so that they could, I think they must have built it before the 1913 season. Within that time, before the season, built it. And then by that time that the 1913 to 14 season started, then we were ready to go. Do you know what I mean? So that's probably why it wasn't that big either. Part of the reason that we moved from here to the Emirates, but I'm sure we'll go into that. And my dad's watching that, slapping his head as I talk about that move. But yeah, that's probably the main reason as to why we moved. Transport. I mean, it's well connected here, you know, Piccadilly line. That station is a
because
bookie
Piccadilly
station.
and Victoria Line was like one of the first 2 stations to be built in London, I believe.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I think the some of the more central ones were as well.
Yeah.
But these are very well connected. It's near King's Cross. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to get to, and there's a lot of different links. You can go Drayton Park.
Yes.
You can go to the Arsenal stadium here. You could go to Holloway Road. Although that's a bit of a trek.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Holloway Station is over there as well.
Yeah.
So I totally understand.
Here we are. You probably remember well. You definitely remember this better than I do.
Do you know what, a little fun fact? You know, I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but I love football, innit? You know what I mean? I've worked, you know, at Arsenal doing catering. And it was a company, I can't remember the name of the company, but they was covering Arsenal and Tottenham. That's just crazy. I don't understand how they got that contract. But I ended up working here and, you know, I didn't see as much matches as I would have, but what I did see was the legends of that day, you know, in the 2000s. You should know who it is.
Yeah,
the
of course.
Bergkamps, you know, Henry, you know what I mean? And players of that type of caliber. And being here, I was like, I'm not a fan of Arsenal. I'm not an Arsenal supporter. I'm being real. I can't stand you guys, but I loved it because of the old school essence of old school stadiums, because I love authentic old school stadiums, not like these new toilet bowl looking stadiums what they're building now, just big and bulky around. I like this aesthetic of how it looks, and yeah, like, look where we are. This is amazing, and especially how they kept it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the design. So you got the North Bank here. That would be the East Stand there, West Stand, Clock End.
Yeah.
Obviously they've kept that in the Emirates, but they've kept it very original here. They've just replaced it all with flats. I really like what they've done. You know, if you look at Upton Park, I've got a lot of West Ham mates, and I've actually got quite a lot of love for West Ham. Shoot me.
Yeah, Upton Park was a beautiful stadium as well.
Yeah, but when they've knocked that down, there's like a little plaque in the grass where it used to be, but it's not built like this at all.
No, I think they really took the mick out of that stadium, because me personally, me going there and doing security and meeting people like Danny Dyer, meeting various other celebrities who support the Hammers, you know, they should have done what they've done here at Highbury Stadium, because remember they had those big pillars at the front. You get what I'm saying? The towers at the front, and they should have kept that, but interchange it and make it like this. But it's like there's no residence of a stadium being there.
No. You know? No. So now these are just apartments, and quite luxury apartments at that. Someone, very well known, bought a flat here and moved in. And who was that?
Ian Wright?
Nah.
David Rock? No, he's gone. Robert Pires.
Robert Pires. It was indeed, yeah.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Imagine being neighbours to Robert Pires, the guy that you've been watching for so much years. You played for your boyhood club.
And you've been watching him play on this pitch.
And
that's
he moved
insane. Yeah, that's insane.
What would you do if you moved here, and your next door neighbour was Robert Pires, and he came, he went, dot, and he opened the door, and he was like, excuse me, or however you speak, can I have you got any spare sugar?
Yeah. Honestly, I'd live here in a heartbeat. I would live here in a heartbeat. We were literally just talking about how, I mean, I know this ain't going to be the same for you, but as someone who loves football, I know you can understand.
Yeah.
Very sentimental for me, especially because my dad would have been coming here for many years. His dad took him, and it's the reason that I support Arsenal. You know, is because of that generational.
But you did say off camera that you would have supported West Ham.
If my dad didn't support Arsenal, I would have supported West Ham, just purely based on my area. I would have done that. And like, even out in Essex, there's so many West Ham fans. It would be. But something quite funny about here, Tottenham really appealed against this being built here, because they were saying it was encroaching on their territory. And it was the same as Leyton Orient, who I think at that time were called Clapton Orient.
Yeah, okay.
And they both were like, nah, we don't want them here because this is our territory. And so really that's where the fierce rivalry started.
Came in
1913, that was.
So guys, let us know in the comment section, did you know that Mr. Robert Pires lived here? And did you know these little historical facts about, you know, neighbouring clubs, Tottenham, Leyton didn't want your team Hey, but you lot stayed anyway for 100 years.
We came, we saw, we conquered.
That is it.
And now we're champions. So here we are. What's special about this grass then?
A lot of legendary ballers got clapped in their leg, scored goals, arguments,
Diving.
Tea&Crumpets CEO said they called it the carpet. He's an Arsenal supporter, by the way, guys. You know what I'm saying? So
He's been to a few games with me.
there you go. I've been to the old school games, but wow, this is the carpet. This is where everything happened. What we discovered in this place, which I didn't realize, what they opened up for us and for people who lives here. They got underneath car parking, underground car parking, and that was for the players and staff and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. It's same at the Emirates, really.
Wow. So this is like one of the first stadiums to have that.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm not going to lie, being in the middle of this pitch, like knowing it's weird there's a car park under it, but being in the middle of this pitch, it's like the carpet, we're here. Like, it's such a weird feeling. Yeah, honestly, like Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Pires. Would Fabregas have played here? I think he would have for a little bit.
Alan Smith.
Yeah.
If you remember him, guys. And
Lee Dixon.
The late David Rocastle, rest his soul.
David Seaman.
And
Ian Wright.
And even if you know guys from the 60s, 70s and 80s, please put it in the comment section. We want to know who your favourite footballer is.
Here in the middle of the garden, in the middle of the pitch, and we've discovered something.
We don't have a football.
Yeah, there's that. There is that. It's also the fact that a lot of people, like fans and people connected to the club, come back here when it was rebuilt and they scattered their ashes in this little central part and in like little other parts of the garden. And that's why these paths are designed. So this is the only walkable bit.
Okay.
So we're not going to walk over it because that's
don't
a bit
worry.
disrespectful.
When you go to the upper room here, I'm gonna get a piece of your ashes and.
Yeah. As long as it's in the Emirates, I don't mind.
Yeah, here in the Emirates.
Yeah, here would do
Half,
actually.
innit?
Here would do.
Half.
Just out of generational. But we can sort of, where would we point and say, because we can't walk over there. So where are we going to point to and say is the centre?
I say that little dig that square part right there, or it could be that little round greenery.
Yeah, I think it's one of the two.
One of the two.
We stood here in front of the clock end.
Oh yeah, they used to have a big clock there, innit?
You used to have a massive clock, hence the name, right? And I am a clock end boy myself in the Emirates. So
What type of clock was it?
one that tells the time, mate.
What, Rolex?
So they had that there. So the clock end and the North Bank were here from the very start. And to my knowledge, it was in the 1930s that the Art Deco, like East and West stands, were built. So these two were built. I'm sure there would have been something there before, but I know these were the two main stands. So the clock that was there was a huge clock, and it's now on the outside of the Emirates Stadium. So if you've ever walked round, you'll see the clock, and that is actually the original clock from the Highbury clock
put
end.
it inside the stadium.
There is still a clock at the clock end, but I think it's a bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. So when this stadium was first built, because the land it was built on was leased from the church. The church had basically said,
they got their rules, innit?
Yeah, you can't sell alcohol here, and there's some religious, like holidays and stuff, you can't play games here. So for a little bit of time, you weren't allowed to drink in here, which, in my opinion, that's just terrible. You should be able to drink in the stands to this day, even though you can't. Can in Europe.
Drinking rum and Red Bull.
Yeah, mate, no, I'm getting straight on the beers in here. But that was relaxed, obviously, later on. And I've heard that there was some quite intoxicated and disorderly behaviour that has happened in this stadium between rival sets of fans. I've heard that there's, it's been kind of known for that, Highbury, there's been a few clashes.
Yep.
Alcohol-fueled clashes. But I'm sure you've seen a lot of that working in security.
Especially Tottenham and Arsenal colliding back in the days.
Yeah.
Manchester United and Arsenal.
Yeah.
The big rivalry, the fans was just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that, but there's all of that going on.
Well, it's a water feature just to remember where the pitch was. You know what I mean? So it's just a location of how all the pitches was, and that's what it is, really.
Getting very calming Zen energy from that, mate.
They should have had some fishes in here, though.
Yeah, they should have. Well, I suppose that would be a bit of a nightmare to maintain. This one is crazy. All the others are a bit slow. This one's crazy.
It's moving quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've said it many times. There's like a calm atmosphere in here.
Yeah, it is.
There
it's
is.
humble.
It's a really calm. I mean, it's not open to the public. You didn't hear that from me, and we're definitely not in it right now. But yeah, it's a calm atmosphere. And I guess the water feature probably plays into that a little bit, don't you think?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Very humble, relaxing, peaceful.
Yeah.
As you see right here, you got the gym inside here. It's fitness first. They changed up the logo multiple times. So obviously they got the apartments here. So I feel say people who live in an apartment might got a little deal with fitness first. You know what I mean? So this is their local. And if you come here, let us know.
There's the entrance to the car park down there. That's where the players probably would have come in. Residence car park. That's not bad. Because if anyone knows anything about parking in London, it is a nightmare. So having that's always going to be good.
Everyone's screaming out, Thierry Henry, Ian Wright, can I have an autograph?
Yeah.
Can I take a picture?
Well, I've actually got a little story about some of the Herd boys. So, like, I've got to just preface this by saying maximum respect to those lot, you know, because they're like the proper old boys of Arsenal. And like I said, a lot of my dad's mates or my mates' dads were in the Herd. However, for whatever reason, they've got a real problem with a lot of us younger lot, right? I don't know why this has happened. At Southampton away, right, last year, we were on the train. It was great. It was the last day of the season. We'd bottled the league, but it was good because it meant that everyone who would come to that game was a proper fan, yeah? Everyone was a proper fan. But the thing is, on the train on the way back home, even though we won, we looked down the carriage, we were having a great time, and we see, like, this guy just like pressuring one of my mates. So I'm thinking like, what's going on? It's like these old guys, like they're not in good shape, like they're old guys, like pressuring our mate. Arsenal fans, yeah? And they were going, yeah, we were in the Herd back in the day. You youngers don't know what's going on. Anyway, without saying too much, they were promptly ejected from the train. And they...
Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go, you know? After some fairly firm words, you could say, they were ejected from the train. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it was just a couple of bad ones, but they just did not like the younger lot. And let me tell you, the younger lot coming through Arsenal now, top lads. The true Arsenal fans, there's a lot of people who are just jumping on it now because we're doing well, but there's some proper lads who go in week in, week out. They make big efforts for the club. There's a group of lads actually, I'm just going to shout them out, who they do donations to the food banks. That's the Ashburton Army. They do that to the local food banks, make a big positive impact in the stadium as well. So yeah, some great lads coming through, and unfortunately, the experience we had with the Herd wasn't the best, but they are good lads as well. Here we are, we've got the bunting up because we're in the home of the champions. We've got Arsenal Underground Station down there at the bottom of the road, and there's a little side entrance here.
Which we never knew.
And would have saved us a lot of walking.
We got this nice part of the building where it shows Arsenal.
You know what, there's one thing that I have to say while I'm here. There's one guy, I've already shouted him out on one of my extra videos, but I'm going to keep shouting him out. We're in the Arsenal area, and there's one Arsenal fan who I always told I'd bring to a game, and that is Nuvo. Yeah, who sadly passed away. My brother who sadly passed. He's worked with us on the channel.
He's worked with us with the channel. He's also gave me beats for my personal channel, which is DJ Medic J. So please subscribe to that. You see in the new videos, the intro. You see his music, hear his music. Also, on the Tea&Crumpets videos that we do, that the music was there is Nuvo as well. You see his name on the screen. You know what I mean? So R.I.P to you. Peace and blessings and condolences to your family.
And it's a good thing that we won it this year for him.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? You know, the Premiership, what Arsenal won, you know, to me, I give it to you, Nuvo, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's for you, brother.
Rest in peace, more blessings, more celebrations. Nuvo's name in music is gonna live on
forever. That was another Tea&Crumpets video, a bit of a different one this time, wasn't it?
Very different, very good, and if you guys want us to do more videos like this, please put it in the comment section, tell us where to go to next. I want to go to my club, you get me? I want to go back up north to Liverpool, you get me, to Anfield. You never walk alone, you get what I'm saying? You know, the team that always beats Arsenal, but you know, but it is what it is. Let's go there. But guys, I'll be Magic J. Shots by AK.
Yeah, shots by AK.
If you want to watch another video, probably the Derby Day match, it should be on screen right now. You know, subscribe to Tea&Crumpets Extra. Peace, love, and we're out.